Hi everyone. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to find where this full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus is hitting you in your specific birth chart. And so first we are going to go to Google and we're going to type in astro/seek and then write the word eclipse. Then you'll see the first one come up, Eclipse in the Natal Chart Astrology Online Calculator. You're going to want to click on that. And then you're just going to want to pop in your birth information. So I hope that you have that with you and you know that it is correct. And as I mentioned, why I love using this is that it actually asks us our current location as well. So it takes that into account, which I personally love. Then we're just going to go down to orb and put less than 10. We can keep it as Placidus, or if you're someone who chooses to use whole sign, you can also pop that in as well. But myself, I use the Placidus house system. And then we're going to click on calculate the chart. And we're just going to scroll down. And similar to on October 25th, when we looked at where the solar eclipse was hitting in your chart, right? We looked for the black circle and we could see October 25th. For myself, it was hitting the first house and my ascendant. And so then we're just going to look down to where November 8th is. And you can see it's kind of this orangey color, and that means that it is the lunar eclipse. It's in the sign of Taurus for everyone at 16 degrees, and this is hitting my 7th house of one-to-one relationships. So you're going to want to look at what house it's in for you. So in the natal house, it will tell you what number. And so the first house is the house of soul discovery. It's your self-identity, it's your physical appearance, it's your body. And then the second house is actually ruled by Taurus. So it's kind of like a double whammy. It's your self-worth, self-esteem, self-love. It's also what is your values? What do you value in life? And how do you create a life that aligns to those values? It's about your physical body and the 3D world. So our tangible assets and resources. And then there's the third house. The third house is communication. It's how we take in and exchange information and how we comprehend. It's how we write, speak, and teach. It is also about connecting, networking, and our local travel. So our commutes and our cars. Then there's the fourth house, which is our family and our home and our roots, like our ancestry. It's also our inner childhood wounds and our emotional undertone. Then there's the fifth house. It's our self-expression, our individual self-expression. It's how we create. It's our talents, gifts, skills, hobbies, and things we're interested in. And it rules children, romance, play, pleasure. Then there's the sixth house, which is health, wellness, daily routines and rituals, right? Things we need to do around the house, things we need to do at work. It's the details. It also rules employees and our work environment and how we want to serve others. Then there's the seventh house of one-to-one relationships. It's usually our close partnership, so romantic partner, or someone we're married to, right? It's the house of marriage. But this can also be one-to-one, as in our one-to-one relationships with our friends, our family, our clients. And then there's the eighth house, which is shared resources. It's merging with another individual. This means merging financially, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, like on every level you are merging with someone else. Because it is ruled by Scorpio, it is the underworld, so taboo topics and pain, shame, guilt, trauma, kind of all of the harder emotions of life, right, is our deep psyche. It's also investigation, mystery, research, and things such as this. And it also rules things such as addictions and OCD or orthorexia. So things, and then of course it also is the house of death and rebirth. So, or it can also be an ending to something like health issues. And then there's the ninth house, which is all about our belief systems. What do we choose to believe in this life? What's our personal philosophy? It also rules foreign cultures, because every culture, when you think of it, has a sort of belief system that brings the culture together and that culture lives by. And so it also rules faraway travel, so international travel, international business, and also higher education, so college and university, or studying alternative modalities, alternative healings. And then there's the 10th house of career, reputation, legacy, our public image. And so this could be bringing a close, a sudden change to a career. Maybe you were in one profession, now you're all of a sudden being pushed into another profession. Something is dying off around your public image. Maybe there was a fear, insecurity around there that you're able to finally close out so that you can actually step in, be seen, and receive the respect and reputation that you were truly seeking, that your soul was seeking in this life. So those are things that could be happening in the 10th house for yourself. And then there's the 11th house, which is large groups, organizations, right? It's mass media. It's really collective energy. So when you think of being on Instagram and connecting with people all around the world, you can think of the 11th house in that sense, right? It's your page, your followers is a large group of people that you're talking to. And so that's themes around the 11th house. It can also be your future vision. So maybe what you thought your future vision you had always had and what it was going to look like is now all of a sudden completely changed, and you're going in a brand new direction and your future is looking very different now. It may be also endings to ways you used to be around innovation and sharing what makes you unique and different, or thinking outside of the box. And then there's the 12th house. The 12th house is the house of spirituality and mysticism. It's really the house of solitude and our connection with ourself and with spirit and the collective unconscious. And so when there's an ending here, it can really be an ending to something that you couldn't necessarily see because it is in the unconscious realm. So it could be something that was coming through in your dream. And so those are all of the houses and what they represent just briefly. You can also refer back to the email I sent about the solar eclipse on the 25th and read about the houses there, but also know that the energy, instead of a new beginning, you're actually ending in that area of your life. So what are you closing the door on? So is it a relationship pattern? So such as myself, I have it in the 7th house, which means I'm closing the door on certain patterns I have within my close relationships. So that's just an example of myself and something you can kind of ponder for yourself as well, looking at your south node and now looking at this eclipse. What do you need to leave behind, an old tendency within your south node, so that you can really embrace what this placement, the higher frequency, the higher energies of Taurus in whatever house it is for you, you can start to embody and allow yourself to begin this brand new chapter with these brand new values.